Hallelujah. Shalom, my fellow ark builders. Brother West coming back to you one more time. So I was sitting back and thinking as I was, be discussing the scripts with people that, you're trying to convince them to turn their life, to Yah, to live for Him. And it's like, we supposed to spread the gospel. But I want to tell you something, brothers and sisters. There's more than one way to spread the gospel, right? Because a lot of times we think that we have to always speak. But remember, our life is like chapter, right? And we go through certain situations and we learn from our mistakes, and sometimes we make the same mistakes and then we realize later on that we need to make a change in our life, right? So it takes some time seeing the way that others live, seeing that they actually change their life, right? To really make a difference. Some of us have those family members, right, that we've been trying to tell for years. Not even simply just about Christmas, but just about salvation, right? Not just about Easter or about other things, but what happened if they die in their sins. So it's hard, but guess what, brothers and sisters? We weren't called to be loudspeakers, bullhorn. We were called to be lights. And if we are that light, remember this. Yahusha said in, I think it's Matthew chapter 5, verse 16, he said that you are lights like a city, right? He said you are the light of the world. You are like a city in a far distant place, and somebody's traveling and they see that city, and then they recognize that city is in the distance, and they can actually have somewhere to go, right? Because think about it, back in those days, if you wasn't there, right, in the city or somewhere, then everywhere else it was dark unless you had a lantern or something, right? Walking in a far distance, you might have had torches or something. I don't know how it went back then, but in our reality, brothers and sisters, we have to be lights, right? So a light isn't heard, it's seen. And so if the gospel isn't working through speaking, then do it through action, through your life. And this is why Revelation taught so many times about the deeds, right? The works, the things that you do, the way that you live. Not just saying what you do, but actually doing it. Again, going back to the book of James, he said, be ye doers and not only hearers of the word. So don't just be a hearer of it, but also do it, right? Live it. Y'all gave us a set of instructions that we are supposed to live out. And when we live it out, right, we know when we come across another brother or sister. Everybody might have different ways of walking it out. Everybody might have different things that, or how can I put, like, we may observe Sabbath differently. Some may still, in Christianity, may still observe Sunday. But the thing is, do you draw nearer to Yah day by day? Do you seek Him day by day? Do you live for Him? Does people see your actions and see you being different than those that have the character of the world, right? Because it's easy to point out somebody that's of the world. It's easy to point out somebody that's of the world. But guess what? It should be easier to point out somebody that is of Yah, because you're going to stand out, right? That's what set apart is. Standing out, being different from everybody else. You're not conforming to the ways of the world. You're not living the way that the world does. That's just a little bit that was on my mind. I was sitting back thinking about people that I have talked to, people that I have spoke to, and many of them had a change just because after I told them, they may not have saw it through me telling them, but when I begin to live it in front of them and just continue to walk it out and continue to search the things that y'all have shown me and live it out and let people see it for themselves through my action, through my character, being like Mashiach, then that changes the game, right? Because when you can turn words into action, people respect that. And so sometimes, just simply just talking about it, that's good. That's awesome in itself. But the gospel is to be spread through your deeds, through your actions, through the way that you live. If you see somebody in trouble, do you help them? Right? Or do you use the excuse, I was waiting to see if the spirit was going to tell me? Right? Or somebody needs something and you got it and you only got $20 left and they struggling and they ain't got nothing else, but you got a house full of food, right? And they need that $20. Are you going to give it up, or are you going to say, I need to pray about it to find out what y'all want me to do? See, the reason I bring that up is because I have been in those situations, and you know what happened? Y'all have another obedient brother or sister come along while I'm in that moment of doubt. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm doubting because y'all already gave us instructions on how we should do it. If you see a brother in need, help him. Don't look in regard of what your needs are or what your wants are or whatever the case is, but you help them, right? Don't go, I can give it to you next week. If you got it, give it to them. Don't hold back from helping your brother or your sister, right? So it's little things like that we have to recognize in our life. That do we mimic those that was on the right side of his throne that he considered sheep, or do we mimic those that were goats and don't even realize that so many times in our lifetime Messiah showed up, and instead of helping him, we rejected him? So, brothers and sisters, let your light shine. Let your light shine that Abba may be glorified. That's what the scriptures say. So be that city sitting on the hill, that when people see you from afar and watch what you're doing, because best believe they watching what you're doing, you just continue to do right, that Yah may be glorified. Brothers and sisters, always remember to look up, for your redemption draws nigh. This is West D. I'll holler at you soon. Shalom.